I don't generally talk about reporters that I admire, but that's different for Tom Rinaldi. Tom Rinaldi is undiscovered on social media because he simply doesn't do it. He's not a self-promoter. He's kind. He's quiet. He's effusively warm. And he's just simply one of the best. He came over to ESPN in 2003 and has been a steadfast member of the team since. I'm naturally a very cynical writer, but every time I've seen him talk, it's a rarity that a tear hasn't been shed when Tom delivers stories of humanity that so many people lack. He's a book writer. He wrote a book about a Boston College lacrosse player, Wes Crowther, who ran into the World Trade Center and saved many lives during the 2001 attacks. The book's called Man with the Red Bandana, and I really advise reading it. A book like that is pretty par for Tom, because he's great at talking about extraordinary things happening to ordinary people or megastars. He was the first one to interview Tiger Woods after his indiscretions, and the first one to interview Manti Te'o, the massive college football star who was catfished by what he thought was an ex-girlfriend dying of cancer, and she never existed. He's interviewed megastars in golf, in the NFL, in every sport you can imagine, the US Open, and yet he does it with a way that most people don't. But where Tom really hits the soul was on the college game day sets where I first met him. He put me and many of us to tears with a story about tradition that they have at Kinnick Stadium in Iowa, where the crowd waves to the kids at the Children's Hospital, the Iowa Children's Hospital that overlooks the stadium before games. He also shared another story about Tyler Trent, the Purdue superfan who died of bone cancer but inspired the team so much, including a massive victory over Ohio State that day. But it's not all just cancer and dead kids. He's done pieces about college football players deciding to stop their careers and in favor of helping out with the COVID-19 disaster. He's talked about how the local town of Tuscaloosa, home of the biggest college football team on Mother Earth, the University of Alabama, was affected by a tornado running through it. He makes you think about how quiet it must have been at the Masters this year when no one was cheering the golfers on. But what makes him so exceptional was the time that he has for those who aren't top of the food chain. Not only does he speak to the gods of sports, but he also spoken at universities, taken interviews with people who aren't big time, made fun of himself on podcasts when they said goodbye to soda, and more's the case, spoke to a nobody like me when we met on college game day, and then contacted me several times, including at the time of the death of my first wife and the arrival of my new baby when I informed him with the second one. On January the 2nd, he will start a new role for Fox Sports, and I wish all the best for him, because he is one in a million. And after 19 years on the sports scene at ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports is going to be that much poorer. So Tom, this one's for you. You're going to be missed. You are much loved. And thank you so much for making everyone's day every Saturday. College football will be that much poorer without you. And you are amazing. Thank you.